Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm reviewing ChatGPT, the AI chatbot that's become my daily go-to tool for both work and fun. And remember, I am not sponsored. I've been using ChatGPT for over 2 years now, and it feels like having a super knowledgeable friend on call 24/7. In this review, I'll share my personal experience with ChatGPT, covering what it is, core features like GPT-4 versus 3.5, plugins, memory, and more, without comparing it to other tools. I'll also break down the free versus plus pricing tiers and where the API fits in, walk you through a live example of using ChatGPT to brainstorm a merch idea, and highlight how I use it for everything from business automations to parenting. By the end, you'll see why ChatGPT has been a game changer for me and whether it might be for you too. I will cite sources at the end like always. Let's dive in. ChatGPT is an AI-powered chatbot developed by OpenAI that you can interact with just like you would text a friend. You type in a question or request, and it responds with answers, ideas, or advice in a very human-like conversational way. It runs on advanced language models, the technology behind the scenes, known as GPT. The free version of ChatGPT uses GPT 3.5, while ChatGPT Plus subscribers get access to GPT-4, an even more powerful model. In practical terms, this means ChatGPT can understand your prompts and generate impressively coherent responses, from answering simple factual questions to writing stories or code. One of the most impressive aspects is ChatGPT's conversation memory. When you have a chat session, it remembers what you said earlier and uses that context to give better answers as the conversation goes on. For example, if you tell ChatGPT about your project in one message, it will remember those details when you ask for ideas in the next. It's like talking to someone who doesn't forget what you discussed a minute ago. This context retention makes long, complex discussions possible without needing to repeat yourself. Of course, there's a limit to how much it can remember. Very long chats might cause it to lose some earlier context, but in normal use, I haven't hit that wall often. Another cool thing, you can customize ChatGPT's tone and style. It will default to a neutral, helpful tone, but you can easily change that by instructing it. Want a formal tone for a business email? Just say so. Need it to sound excited and use emojis for a social media post? It'll do that. You can even ask it to role play, like, explain this to me as a pirate, and it'll adopt that voice. I often set a friendly, conversational tone when working on my blog drafts, and ChatGPT adapts with spot-on style. It's almost like you can dial in the voice you want, which makes ChatGPT feel very personal and flexible. Now let's break down some of ChatGPT's core features and what you get with the free version versus ChatGPT Plus. First up, the difference between GPT 3.5 and GPT-4 models. The free ChatGPT, GPT 3.5, is already quite powerful and handles everyday questions and tasks well. However, GPT-4, available with Plus, is the more advanced model. It's better at understanding complex instructions, producing longer and more coherent responses, and handling tricky questions. In my experience, GPT 3.5 is great for quick answers and straightforward tasks. But when I need top-notch quality, or I'm doing something complex, like debugging code or writing a detailed article, GPT-4 really shines. It's more accurate and often feels more aware of nuances. Keep in mind, GPT-4 is a bit slower than 3.5 and comes with usage limits. Currently, Plus users can send a certain number of messages with GPT-4 per few hours, but those resets are usually enough for me. The key is, GPT-4 is the pro model if you need that extra power, whereas GPT 3.5 handles most basic needs for free. Plugins and tools are another big part of ChatGPT's capabilities, especially with Plus. These are like add-ons that let ChatGPT do more than just vanilla Q&A. For instance, with the official web browsing plugin, ChatGPT can search the web for you and include up-to-date information in its answers. Super useful if you need current data or news. There's also a range of third-party plugins in the plugin store, tools for things like trip planning, shopping, math, and more, which I can enable whenever I need those specific skills. One of my favorites is the Code Interpreter, recently renamed to Advanced Data Analysis, a built-in tool for Plus users that lets ChatGPT run Python code behind the scenes. This sounds technical, but it unlocks some amazing use cases. You can upload a file, like a CSV spreadsheet or a JSON data file, and ask ChatGPT to analyze it, create charts, or clean the data. I've dragged and dropped spreadsheets with sales data into ChatGPT, and it generated summaries and even graphs for me, all in one go. It's like having a data analyst on standby. Plus tier users can also upload images for analysis or prompt ChatGPT to generate images using DALL-E, an image generating model. I've had fun asking it to create concept art, e.g., draw a logo idea for my podcast. The fact that ChatGPT can now handle images and files makes it a multi-tool for creativity and research. Importantly, these advanced features, web access, plugins, code execution, file upload, image generation, are only available with ChatGPT Plus. Let's talk pricing and what you get at each level. The good news is ChatGPT's basic version is free for everyone. You can go to chat.openai.com, create an account, and start chatting with GPT 3.5 at no cost. The free tier gives you unlimited conversations with GPT 3.5, which is sufficient for a lot of users and use cases. However, free users might experience slower response speeds and occasional downtime during peak hours, when many people are using it. I remember some evenings where the free model was at capacity, and I had to wait. Not a huge deal, but something to note. For those who want more, there's ChatGPT Plus, the paid subscription plan. It costs $20 per month, which is what I am currently using. GPT-4 often provides better quality responses, as I mentioned earlier. Faster responses and priority access. The Plus version is generally faster, and your requests get prioritized even when traffic is high. No more ChatGPT is at capacity messages. It's available whenever I need it. Expanded features. Plus gives you access to all the beta and advanced tools. This includes the plugin ecosystem for things like web browsing and third-party integrations, the code interpreter data analysis tool, file uploads, image generation, and even voice chat on mobile. Essentially, any new feature OpenAI rolls out tends to land in Plus first. Longer conversations, better memory. In practice, I've noticed I can have longer chats with GPT-4 without it forgetting context, compared to GPT 3.5. The official word is that GPT-4 can handle a larger amount of text in the conversation. So if you're doing lengthy projects or chats, Plus helps there as well. Free is perfect for testing the waters or if you have a tight budget. You still get the core AI chat experience. I tell friends, try the free version first, and you'll know soon enough if you're craving the extras that Plus offers. Now, aside from the ChatGPT app itself, there's also the option to use the OpenAI API. This is a bit different. It's not a UI or chat website, but a developer interface. If you're a developer or a power user wanting to integrate ChatGPT's capabilities into your own application or workflow, for example, having an AI respond automatically to emails or using it in an N8N automation workflow, you can use the API. The API gives you programmatic access to the GPT models, including GPT 3.5 and GPT-4, but it's not included in the Plus subscription. Now, instead, you pay per use, essentially a small fee per text generated. The pricing for API is usage-based, measured in tokens, which are pieces of text. For instance, using GPT 3.5 via API is very cheap, fractions of a cent per query, while GPT-4 is pricier per call. I use the API for certain projects. For example, I connected ChatGPT to my N8N automation to draft replies to common customer questions automatically. It's powerful, but if you're not into coding or building apps, you can totally ignore the API. Most people will be fine with either free or plus on the main ChatGPT website, which provides the nice chat interface and all the convenience. To summarize, ChatGPT free, $0, access to GPT 3.5 only, no plugins or advanced tools, may be slow or unavailable at peak times. ChatGPT Plus, paid, $20 a month, access to GPT-4 model, priority uptime, faster responses, and all the extra features, web browsing, plugins, file uploads, images, code execution, etc. API access, optional, pay-as-you-go pricing, good for developers or custom use cases, not needed for everyday chatting. Just remember, the API is separate. Even as a Plus member, I pay separately for any API usage. Let me share some of the real-life ways I use ChatGPT across different areas of my life. It truly spans from fun creative projects to serious productivity. Here are my top use cases: creative content and writing. ChatGPT is my trusty writing assistant. I use it to brainstorm YouTube video ideas, punch up my blog post introductions, and even draft silly parody songs when I want to laugh. It's fantastic at coming up with names, slogans, or social media captions. For instance, when I was creating content around Baby Vlad, ChatGPT helped me outline a short comic storyline. It can also adopt different styles. I've had it write a poem in the style of Dr. Seuss for my kid's birthday, and a Shakespearean-style thank you note, just for fun. The possibilities for creativity are endless. Automation and coding help. As someone who dabbles in tech, I integrate ChatGPT into my workflow for automation tasks. I use a tool called N8N, a workflow automation platform. ChatGPT steps in by generating code snippets or logic for those workflows. For example, if I need to parse text or format a date in an automation, I can ask ChatGPT how to do it, and it often provides a ready-to-use snippet of JavaScript or Python. It's like having a pair programmer available at all times. I've also used ChatGPT to review code for errors, explain what a piece of code is doing, or suggest improvements. This has accelerated my projects tremendously. Even outside of N8N, for general coding and tech questions, ChatGPT, especially GPT-4, has been invaluable. It can debug error messages, suggest algorithms, or even write small scripts. It won't replace Stack Overflow entirely, but 9 times out of 10, I get the answer I need faster by asking ChatGPT. It's a productivity booster for any side hustle or business project I'm working on, whether it's automating a report or building a tiny web app. Parenting and daily life. Believe it or not, ChatGPT has become a bit of a parenting sidekick for me. I have young kids, and I've used ChatGPT to invent bedtime stories featuring their favorite characters. I've also asked for suggestions on fun educational activities, like give me 5 ideas for a rainy day science experiment for a 7-year-old. And it delivered some great, simple plans using household items. It's also handy for getting kid-friendly explanations of the zillions of why questions kids can ask. Why is the sky blue? ChatGPT helped me answer that in a way my child could understand, turning a complex explanation into a cute little story about sunlight and rainbows. Beyond parenting, I use ChatGPT for everyday life hacks, meal planning. What's a quick recipe idea for a family dinner with chicken and veggies? Travel itinerary suggestions, or even drafting a polite text message for a tricky situation. It's like an all-purpose advisor. I should note, I always double-check anything factual if it's important. AI can occasionally get things wrong, but for the most part, it's reliable and extremely helpful. As you can tell, I'm pretty enthusiastic about ChatGPT. It's not just a single-purpose tool, it's a multi-purpose assistant. Whether I'm in work mode trying to streamline tasks and generate content, or in play mode, having it create a treasure hunt for my kid's birthday party, ChatGPT rises to the occasion. The key is to be clear with your prompts and have a bit of patience to guide it if needed. Once you get the hang of it, it's like having an extra brain to bounce ideas off of or handle grunt work. Overall, my experience with ChatGPT has been extremely positive. It's easy to use, surprisingly powerful, and versatile enough to fit into almost any task I throw at it. From boosting my business productivity to adding fun in my personal life, ChatGPT has earned its spot on my can't live without tech list. Is it perfect? Not quite. It can occasionally give a wrong fact or a cheesy output, and it's only as good as the instructions you give it. But the beautiful thing is, you can always refine your prompt or ask it to try again, and it will gladly improve. I've also learned that for critical or sensitive tasks, it's wise to double-check its answers. Think of ChatGPT as an assistant, amazing at speeding things up and providing inspiration, but you're still the decision maker who guides it. To anyone curious, I'd say give the free ChatGPT a try. You'll quickly see why so many people, myself included, find it like having a smart, always available buddy to help with whatever you're working on. And if you find yourself using it a lot or craving those advanced features, the Plus subscription is there to take it up a notch. For me, the upgrade was worth it, especially once I started using ChatGPT in my income-generating projects. It paid for itself in time saved. Thank you so much for watching this review and letting me share how I use ChatGPT. If you found this helpful or interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tech insights, AI tool reviews, and creative project videos. I'd also love to hear from you. Drop a comment about your experience with ChatGPT or how you'd use an AI like this. Until next time, happy chatting and see you in the next video. Sources: buildingbetteragents.com, elp.openai.com, and of course, myself.